The Rainbow Six franchise started a long time ago as kind of a brainstorming sessions. Tom Clancy and a group of individuals had decided that they wanted to start getting into gaming. As such, they wanted to create a franchise that was based on realism, but they also wanted to keep it fun and game-oriented, so they decided to go with a first-person squad-based shooter scenario, which lent itself perfectly to the Tom Clancy universe. When we first started out, we started with the precept of how CQB worked and how they went into the thinking part of doing a tactical takedown and doing a hostage rescue or just doing any kind of a police action. Rainbow Six was Action Game of the Year when it first came out. A whole bunch of people out there who wanted something that was based a little bit more in reality, and Rainbow Six grabbed that fan base and drew them in. If you look at the first iterations of the franchise, it's very much based in tactics. There's a huge planning element that's involved in it. There's a lot of stealth-based gameplay. And we stick with those and we keep bringing those back in, but you've noticed the introduction of a lot more action.
I think what most excites me about the Rainbow Six franchise is the squad combat. I like working with a team and not just a run and gun game where you're by yourself. I like the realism factor, the fact it's based in today's times and around today's events.
Lockdown is the latest installment of the Rainbow Six franchise, and I think this one is going to be an interesting take on things. You get a lot more options that you can do now than you could before. And in the old days, you know, you had a whole planning phase that you had to lay out. Some people really got into it, but for most people, they wanted a more immediate approach. And that's what I think Lockdown does very well, is that you can do that same sort of level of planning, but you can do it on the fly. So that allows us to make it more exciting for you, as we can throw things your way that you're not going to be prepared for. When making a game and you're trying something new, you always face the problem of how do you keep the people that loved your game before. But I think we've done a good job in this one. There's enough of what was at the core, the heart of it. You still have the ability to operate at a very tactical level, so if you love that element, we've got that plus more. It makes you think twice before you do stuff, and I think that's really always been the catch that people enjoy about us, is that we have an element of suspense in the combat, and you know, that's where the fun is. You know you're doing a good job if you can make someone's palm sweaty and they drop the controller.